Have you ever felt like someone was watching you, even though you were completely alone? Have you ever seen a shadow that shouldn't be there? Maybe you were just a step away from encountering Nihilor. Nihilor is not a creature from ordinary legends. You won't find it mentioned in books. It is not spoken of in old tales, but those who have seen it were never the same again. They say it only appears where deep sorrow lingers, where tragedies have occurred, where people have vanished without a trace. Nihilor is a shadow without a face. Its form constantly shifts, as if made of black smoke. Instead of eyes, its face bears 3 crimson slits that glow like searing wounds. They say that once you see them, it's already too late. Its hand stretches into infinity. Once it reaches you, you're gone. No body, no traces, only silence, as if you never existed. Nihilor's presence was most strongly felt in the abandoned village of Black Hollow, a place shrouded in eerie legends. Those who dared to explore its ruins never returned, and those who survived spoke of an invisible hand on their shoulder and whispers in the darkness. Its body is unnaturally tall, almost unreal, and its elongated arms stretch like something beyond this world. Its presence brings a chilling cold and an inexplicable sense of fear, as if the very air grows heavier and harder to breathe. Nihilor is a mysterious entity whose true origin remains unknown. Some sources describe it as an ancient being beyond time and space, while others see it as a manifestation of pure nothingness, born from the void between dimensions. Legends say that Nihilor appears only in moments when the balance between reality and chaos weakens, bringing with it the inevitable end of everything it touches. Its name is whispered among occultists, and some believe it was first summoned through forgotten rituals in ancient epochs. There are numerous theories about the true nature of Nihilor. Some believe it is not a physical being at all, but a concept, an idea of nothingness that spreads and erases reality around it. Others link it to secret societies and ancient texts that warn of its awakening. In certain urban legends, people claim to have felt its presence through unexplainable dreams or moments when reality seemed to become unstable. There are also conspiracy theories suggesting that certain world governments are aware of its existence and are actively trying to hide evidence of its activity. The most infamous case linked to Nihilor occurred in 1987 in the state of Montana, near an abandoned military complex known as Area 17. According to the accounts of 3 local hunters, James Carterson, James O'Neill, and James Ferguson, known as the 3 Jameses, while exploring a restricted zone near the base, they encountered something they later described as a crack in reality. O'Neill claimed that within this crack, he saw the silhouette of a massive, formless entity whose presence was not physical but mental, as if his mind was directly connected to it. After this encounter, Ferguson vanished without a trace. The 2 remaining hunters tried to raise the alarm, but they were soon detained by men in black suits who intimidated them into silence. James Carterson was found dead in his Denver apartment under suspicious circumstances in 1993, while O'Neill was last seen in 2001, after which he completely disappeared. Another incident linking Nihilor to the US government occurred in Arizona in 2009, when several citizens reported the sudden disappearance of part of a neighborhood in the suburbs of Phoenix. According to eyewitnesses, a section of streets and houses faded into nothingness within seconds, while survivors described an overwhelming sense of disorientation and lost time. Although local media briefly covered the event, the story quickly vanished from public attention. Satellite images of the area were mysteriously erased, and all official reports stated that nothing unusual had occurred. There is also a theory that some of the most secretive projects of the US military, such as the Philadelphia experiment, were actually attempts to contain or control Nihilor. There are indications that the Pentagon has repeatedly used abandoned military bases as testing grounds to study anomalies associated with Nihilor. However, all traces lead to a wall of silence. Those who see it are never the same again. And while the US government has been accused of covering up the truth, there are stories of anomalies and unexplained disappearances in the former Yugoslavia, especially in remote mountainous areas. One of the most recent cases occurred in Montenegro in 2017, when 3 hikers, Marko K., Ivan P., and Stefan D., reported seeing something impossible while exploring an abandoned Yugoslav-era military bunker in Durmitor. According to their account, at one point, they noticed the sounds around them had changed. Birds went silent, and the air became heavy and suffocating. Then they saw a dark figure, but not like a traditional being. Just seconds later, Marko K. collapsed to the ground, while the other 2 fled in panic. Marko regained consciousness after a few minutes, but couldn't explain what had happened. He said he felt as if he had been somewhere else, but remembered nothing. A similar incident occurred in Bosnia and Herzegovina in 2020 when villagers near Magalic reported mysterious light anomalies and the disappearance of a shepherd who was never found. The older residents claimed that similar events had happened before, but authorities always ignored them or dismissed them as natural occurrences. The most bizarre case was recorded in Serbia in 2022 when a group of students exploring cave systems on Mount Tara encountered an area where all compasses and electronic devices stopped working. One of them later claimed he briefly saw a massive black silhouette at the edge of his vision, but when he turned, there was nothing there. When they tried to contact local authorities, they were told not to spread panic and were assured they had likely experienced visual illusions caused by exhaustion. Although these events are shocking, it is interesting to note that almost none of them received serious media attention. The US government may be actively covering up Nihilor's existence, but it seems that a conspiracy of silence also exists in the Balkans. Is this due to fear of the truth, or is it something even darker, something beyond human understanding? One thing is certain, Nihilor is not just a legend. Its presence has been recorded in different parts of the world, but those who get too close to the truth often disappear. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Join the Space Farmers team, and let's explore the mysteries of the universe, unknown phenomena, and the darkest secrets of existence together. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Is the truth closer than we imagine? See you on the next mission. Stay curious and keep exploring.